Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It's Wanjiko Murigi talking about the father figure. Today I'm wearing a t-shirt that says, when dad is present, children are happy. So if you'd like, this is my own doing, and then so there are hashtag psychologist on call. That's something else I also do. So today we continue with our conversation as it's Monday. And today we're talking about father's influence on the development of the boy child. All right. I'll keep it short and to the point. For whomever who wants more, kindly DM on the side or reach out to me on apart from X, I'm on every social media as Wanjiko Murigi, or you can reach me on my website, psychologistoncall.com. So what are the effects or the impact, the influence of the father figure or the father on the boy child? You see, the way we are told, monkey see, monkey do. We learn very well by observing, and especially children. Children learn extremely well by doing what they see their major caregivers doing. Example, when we were young, we used to like playing kalongolongo, ama chabama, chababa, because we'd imitate what our parents do. You wouldn't find someone going off their gender roles, and especially if they were both boys and girls, and if the home had both mother and father. And you'll find that the boy is going to behave the exact same way that he has seen his father do over and over again. If it's a one-off behavior, it's either something that is extremely traumatic or impactful, but majority of the times they will play the role of the father and what the father does over and over and over again. And as I'm sharing this one, I remember what I used to see with the boys those days and when I was young was daddies coming in with newspapers and they sit down and they do and the newspaper is open and they used to always have a specific seat. But then also when I look a bit more keenly, there was something that it said to the boys. And this was that a man is supposed to provide for the family and don't throw stones. I know, Miss Independent, but there are things that will never change no matter how much we live. And we are African society and we come from patriarchal societies where it is the man that is head, right? Even biblically, man is the one that is head. It's God then man. And I mean, when I say man, not man creation, human being, but I mean man as gender, all right? Or sex, whichever that you choose to pick. And the thing that we always still see to date, for those people who have their fathers or the father figure present, is that they will always come home with something, and especially those ones whose father used to come with meat. You will see the boy is carrying a bag with something that is a representative of meat and the newspaper. So the boy knew that he was going to provide for the family. He knew that he's the one who's going to be closest to the door because he needs to protect his people. That is family. It can be his immediate family or extended family. The other one is that he knew that he was expected to be the bravest, for lack of a better word. Let me call it like the bravest in terms of, in case anything happened, he'll be at the forefront, not only protecting, but facing danger completely. When it came to even something as pretentious or as pretending as going to the toilet, you will not see a boy go to the toilet like the mom, but will go to the toilet like the father. All right? And that is something that you cannot teach it. Yeah, yes, you can, but for those ones who've been lucky to have a male figure, it's easier for them because I've seen it, and you guys know that this is my area of interest. All right? And the absence of this, and I said this is purely on my research. It's not do I say purely? It's also based on things that I have read, other people's researches that I've read, and listening to other people who are great advocates of the father figure. All right? And when you see something like, do I say like pain, it will take the boy being able to do it better if he has seen an older male do it who is healthy, not in an abusive way, but a male who has been there present. And all he needs to do is look and know. And like when it is mommy who's there, the boy will, do I say, try to go to the toilet like mom? But then also children are born extremely brilliant. Because by the time a boy is 2 years old, he's already beginning to be aware that I am a boy because I have something hanging. And for a girl, I am a girl because. And when I say something hanging, and it's good for us to name our parts as they should be named. So the boy is going to know he has a penis, and the girl is going to know that she has a vagina, right? So from that onset, the boy is going to start imitating the male that is in the house. And we find that I'm very keen to say this. Children who've been raised in a place where the father is not present, majority, mark you, majority of us suffer from lack of confidence because we have not been exposed to the harsh side of dad. Maybe tomorrow we should talk about what mom's role is and what dad's role is, because mothers are nurturers when dad are naturally do a lot of tuck roll rough play, right? But you find places where it's different, though naturally women are soft. So back to the impact is that you will find on a day-to-day basis, and please don't go judging anyone. Don't go saying it's because Wanjiko, the therapist, psychologist on call, said that any man who lacks confidence is because of this and the other. Because also the girl lacks, and it's going to follow. But you'll find that a majority of the boy child who's not been raised by dad, I also mentioned how they become extremely defiant. Majority of them. It's not like every one of them is going to be. But you will find that most of them fail to have confidence. They can't think fast and make decisions fast and stand on their decisions because they lack that parent who would challenge their thinking or give them the boost in terms of be macho or be there. And it's not like it in an abusive way or in an extreme way. It's just the male is as. And they can be, do I say, two extremes. A boy who has not had a father figure, he may want to be a present father extremely to his future children. Or they'll be the one who did not have a father figure and want nothing to do with the children because also he doesn't know how to father. All right? So I said it's in bits and pieces. So today, for the boy child, when there is no father, confidence may be affected. Emotional regulation, I know I mentioned it the last time, may also be affected because you don't have someone to make you mature. And making you mature does not mean at you being told you're a boy, don't cry. No, no. It's emotional regulation that I am feeling sad, I can acknowledge it. Do I need to cry? I don't need to wail, but I can express my emotions in a healthy way. Am I excited? I can be extremely excited and not make careless decisions. Okay? Allow me to end there. We shall do this again tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll manage to do it tomorrow because I'm a bit swamped. But kindly let me know what your thoughts are. Are there things that you've noticed? Is it something that you feel that you're suffering from? Is it something that you feel that it even makes sense or it does not make sense? But what I can say is research has shown me it is something that we can work on, and it's a good topic because also fathers are losing their place, which is sad, and they're not losing it because they want to. Sometimes also being raised in a place where mommy was too macho, you get that your masculine side awakens more. Let us talk about that one another time. And then, but for the male, you find your feminine side is awakened more because we carry both, right? And carrying both, it just depends with which one is nurtured. And as I started saying, it's monkey see, monkey do. When you have not seen it being done, it may be extremely foreign. You may sit back in future, expect the women to work for you, or you might rise. You might sit back and think a woman is supposed to do everything. So for those ones who didn't have fathers, and remember, please, I said not everyone, right? And remember those boys who used to come with the nyama, and then there's ones who just used to walk because this is what they are seeing. Or maybe their dad just sleeps all day, lazes around. The funniest was when those ones who used to have dads who would take alcohol a lot. Like this was extremely funny because you would see even how the mom steps in. So kindly note, the influence of a father is very, very important. Keynote, a sober, mentally sober father, mentally stable father, because a father who's not stable, a father who's abusive, can do more harm to your child than any good. They'll rather not have him, and like having him, and yet they'll destroy the confidence of that child. Because also an abusive present one can mess up with the confidence, can mess up with the emotional regulation, can mess up with the decisions that someone makes. All right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following. We'll do this again tomorrow. Thank you and ciao.